Jacques, congratulations on the further expansion of the FNB app with the addition of all these lifestyle options. But given the vast capacity and capability of the app, why are you still trying to expand it further into areas like education?
Thank you very much for the time. I mean, what we are very blessed with as a business is clearly we have the privilege of having a tremendous amount of activity that we attract as a consequence of our banking relationship. So nowadays, as you know, an expanded value prop into insurances and investments are really gaining a lot of traction. So everyone knows that we do get sort of frequency of activity and interactions from our clients as it relates to financial services. But what we found over time is that the further opportunity to extend those interactions is a very exciting agenda for us, and that we build out what we refer to loosely as lifestyle offers as additional reasons why people choose our platform. I mean, you all know that in today's world, there's a lot of frustration with people having to go to different environments for this and that. For example, is one that we've attracted a tremendous amount of attention on over the years is our ability to have topped up airtime, which technically was or electricity and all those sort of day-to-day needs that people have as it relates to their sort of lifestyle and just sort of getting by. And over time we've expanded that, and we're excited that those expanded opportunities gives us further interactions, and out of those interactions we create stickiness. Our client base, obviously, from a value proposition perspective, if we can retain clients more and have more regular interactions, we can create more activity, and that's the typical platform business models. And then the second one that's exciting is that most people, when they start new relationships, it's easier for you to start a new relationship with someone when you can help them with small things here and there in their personal lives, quite meaningful. Like, for example, in the NAV space, we give people license disc renewals and we add value. We do airtime top-ups, or we can help you with a plane ticket or a travel, and slowly over time build more data points and then be more contextual with our financial service offering. So these things are really meaningful for us as they help us to attract and retain more clients in a broader ecosystem.
In the last year or so, we saw a few telcos and banks launching what they call super apps. You've never called yours a super app yet. It's got that same extent of functionality. Are you seeing it becoming a super app, or was that the vision all along?
Yeah, so we don't use the word super app. We think it's a bit of a sort of a marketing gimmick. I mean, in theory, a banking value proposition is a big privilege to have with a client. I mean, banking relationships, especially as it relates to that primary relationship. And for us, that means, that sort of deposit of the salary as an individual, or as a receipting, the account that you receive your money into when you invoice as a business. And those are, like really sought after relationships to have with a client. And then for customers to really be with you for a long time, that privilege mustn't be sort of taken for granted. And so we sweat creating value for the clients to really attract that. So we can give it through fintech solutions, making your banking and your investments and your financial solutions much more holistic. And we can catch you at whatever contextual moment you are. Like, are you starting off in life, or are you retiring, or you buying the neighbor's farm, expanding your business, starting your business? So those are all contextual stuff. So these sort of fintech worlds that come into our relationships clearly allow us exponentialness. And so we look to a lot of inspiration actually for what the world is providing customers holistically, and we think that we must do so much more. And traditionally we would have struggled because we were quite an analog execution business, but now, given our platform agenda, we are similarly excited about the opportunities to just through the data and those regular interactions and our ecosystem value propositions, add those extra dimensions of value prop. So don't know what you call it, but we really are focused on adding value. It helps us additionally with another lever, which is efficiencies. So as you get more and more activity on the platforms, they don't come at the sort of 20-minute per customer, theme. They actually come at a click. So we are able to give you a loan origination at a click now, and we're also able to give you, the value of your house at a click, and which of those, whatever you need, and then clearly around those conversations we can extract and add so much more value.
So you've brought in previously the home and the car. Now you've brought in education with Udemy. I imagine next must be health services, surely.
Yeah, we're already fiddling with health value propositions. If you go onto our wellness theme, there's already a number of sort of value propositions. Our insurance business that we launched a few months ago, as you know, has also got some nice value propositions there. Holistically, I mean, also that really is the challenge, is from a financial service perspective, we can, through ourselves and through our partners, provide a lot. And then obviously, in the lifestyle, categories like education or shopping or travel, and the one that we're very excited with was for launch today as well, is just security, right? So these categories of your life are really, really important to innovate into. And our innovation are on sort of 3 levels on each of these categories. The first one is we try and simplify people's lives. So we come up with a cool theme, but then, it's pointless to do it if it's complex to get. So we really try and integrate it to make it easy to register, to access, and to differentiate on the customer experience. The second one is we obviously try and work on the generosity with the offers. So, if we give you a course, is it at the best price? Do we beat someone else's value propositions, or do we, how many e-bucks or fuel rewards, whatever we give you, are we able to, through our relationships with our ecosystem, extract more value for the customer, given that we've got, sort of a customer profitability model. We used to be a business where we had these product profitability drivers, but over time we've all matured, and we are maturing on a continuous basis to really look at the lifetime value. And every year we try and change the rules and of our programs to make it even more generous for our clients. And then the third one is to innovate into categories which allows us for true differentiation. So whether they be financial services value props, where we can really mix value props and customer offerings and innovate the product and service categories, or if it is that we actually bring partners together and design products and value props in the lifestyle categories that are not able to or someone hasn't done yet in the past. And so their example, fuel rewards, was a cool one for us that we were able to bring to market. So these things are all you're sort of linked into, and I'm really, really proud of what the teams have been able to put together, again, as a refresh of our value props today.
So the final question, and you're not allowed to say watch this space, because one could say that about your app permanently, is watch this space. But what is next in innovation from FNB on the app?
We're working on a number of themes. I mean, this morning we launched obviously a retail value proposition upgrades, and clearly the similar energy is in the business space. So that business energy and working to just improve the value props we bring to business in our platform. That's a similarly very, very mature agenda. And then clearly we're trying to work hard on the disruption sort of strategies around payments. And we hope that between retail and business banking, we'll see lots of payment innovations. We're also very excited about our efforts to get into sort of ESG, and climate offerings, and link back into that marketplace opportunities to get our, effectively finance as a consequence of trade. And so we're trying to take our NAV car, NAV homes, and all those sort of marketplaces to the next level. We're looking forward to some more launches in those spaces. And then from a caring perspective, we've also got some really nice innovations coming around just being able to be more responsive to where help's needed on the ground. And so look forward to some of those in the next few months.
So we'll watch this space. Thank you very much, Jacques.
Lovely. Thanks for having me.